and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Wayne and Tommy Donlan.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
9 feet out behind me right now, so put your stopper up there on your mono.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow grind in the morning, you know, and that happens sometimes.
When you present it, you're sweeping it over an area. Now, when you get these big, wide areas...
Yeah, those are the new Columbia River pop from McKay crab and shrimp here.
There we go.
Yes, indeed.
Nicely done, buddy.
That's a beautiful fish, Dwayne. Nicely done.
Thanks for rolling me into him, Mike.
Yes, sir.
I'm proud of all the things that I've got. I'm digging in moss bags up in the sand, and after work a cold beer in my hand.
Hello and welcome to Fish Hunt Northwest. Wayne England coming to you live from the Fish Hunt Northwest studio located here in Olympia, Washington. Yes, you may have guessed, once again, flying solo. Not a big deal. We got plenty of content to get through. I've put together a fantastic show for you for today's program, and lots of on-the-water content and some bait lab stuff mixed in. There's so much going on this time of year, you can't hardly go wrong on any fishery you may go take advantage of. The kokanee fishing is really starting to take off. You know, we've had some pretty decent warm weather as of late. The lake temperatures are coming up, and yes, the kokanee are going deeper. So if you're using lead, you're probably having a little trouble getting to them at this point on some lakes, just due to the water temperature. They're getting down deep. We're finding kokanee anywhere from 45 to 55 to, I dare say, 60 feet on some of our local lakes. It seems awful early for that, but we've spiked a few 80-degree days already, and it's only June 5th. And summer doesn't officially get here until June 20th. So lots to take advantage of on some of these kokanee lakes that are really starting to take off. Spring Chinook fishing on the Columbia is still maintaining a strong presence, and that is open until June 12th, so take advantage of that. And of course, summer on steelhead just recently opened, and I was a little bummed that I missed the opener, but we still have plenty of time left to get out on the water and chase some of those coveted summer on steelhead for everything they bring to the table, not just in the fight, but in how good they are on the grill. We're going to get way more into summer on steelhead fishing over the next several weeks, as again, the season's just beginning and we got plenty of time. So, all right, before we get too far along, running down the show. Today's program, walleye fishing at Kettle Falls, Washington, with the Mack Lure team, Bob Loomis and Richy Harrod, parts 1 through 4. We gathered a ton of content. We're going to bring it all to you. I think you're going to thoroughly enjoy that. Also, then we'll bring it back in here to the bait lab. We'll drill down on the exact gear and rigging that we're using at Kettle Falls to find success. And I'm going to discuss some changes in presentation as your season progresses that you're going to want to pay attention to and make those minor adjustments. Finally, we'll introduce you to a little bit of smallmouth bass fishing. Yep, smallmouth bass fishing with good buddy Doug Saint-Denis, owner at 365 Charters. Now, we had a day out on the water with Doug. This is finesse fishing at its finest, using something as small as 3/16 of an ounce, drop shotting soft plastics. We're going to give you an introduction to this whole thing and then bring you the culmination of, you know, actually hooking and landing bass, having a fantastic day on the water in a little bit of windy conditions. It was sight fishing. It was a bit of a challenge, but we had a blast. Going to introduce you to that on today's program, bringing you the rest of it in the week to follow. So don't go anywhere. Jumping out for a quick break. We come back, going to be on the water with Bob Loomis, Richy Harrod, Kettle Falls, walleye fishing. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat and, you know, big part of my success.
also.
Okay.
Set 'em
What
up.
do you want out of here? 3 ounces?
Pull out 1 3 and 1 4.
3 should work fine. That's heavy.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Now, that can go here. See here? What you need to focus on is just getting your gear unknotted. Knot head.
This is yours.
Yeah, I know. Put as many knots in it as you need to.
I'm going to.
You know, the problem I'm finding...
Put a loop in the back of that one.
I'm finding... Why don't you put swivels on this?
Well, then go ahead and put a swivel on. If you
So
want.
much easier
you
to
don't
clip.
you don't have to, because you've got a swivel on the
Sure.
on the
I put swivels on everything. It makes it modular, and
I do too, but the last year or so I've started going to more loops. Don't ask me why. Yeah, I've been not running as many swivels.
I'll tell you what's loopy. The guy I'm standing next to. And it goes on descend. We're getting there, Richie. That's that speckle green, .8 small blade.
Yeah, with the glow hook.
Glow hook.
Oh yeah, we got the special stuff.
Okay.
Hey, put that on the other one.
Small profile.
Small profile.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Get this out of the way. And worms. Lots of worms. Good times ahead.
Put that one right out the back.
There's fish. Lots of fish on the screen.
Got them on the bottom.
You got lots suspended. Some on the bottom right now as we're looking at them. So,
Kettle's dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
lot of dirt. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, geez, you almost put a hook in my hand. Yep. Down she goes. Right now we're at 1.0, and as soon as we get gear out here, we'll try to 57 feet, Bobby.
Okay. Perfect. Man, this is colored. Oof.
But
That's
because I
fine.
want to stay on the flat. As I look at my screen here, going for the flat. It's going to be about 75 feet, guys.
That's fine.
Okay, maybe out to 80, we'll see. Hey guys, good morning to Wayne England Fish Hunt Northwest, and you probably recognize these two clowns, or excuse me, gentlemen. Bobby Loomis, Richy Harrod. Bobby Loomis with Mack's Lure, of course, and Richy Harrod, Harrod Outdoors LLC. Boys, I got the invite to come over here, and I want to say in your backyard or kind of in your local fit, but look, Bobby, you made us drive 2.5 hours on a windy, deep, steep hill, up and down, all over.
Whining.
Richie, we show up,
Whining
we got
again.
dirty water, debris floating.
And what did I tell you, Dwayne? Maybe we passed a lot of water.
Maybe we should have just went there.
Well, you also said fishing with Bobby is always an adventure.
Right.
So, look, we're out here, we're fishing walleye today, which I'm excited about. We're going to find them.
Yeah. We're going to find them.
We stopped here, we did a little drag, and we're kind of looking at contour. We're talking about flats and in valleys and whatnot. We're going to go up river, look for some flats, right, guys?
Yep, we're going to go up and find a better drift.
Okay.
Yeah, and get out of this dirty water.
No, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, we
now,
should.
The reports from here have been pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. Right?
Oh,
so I'm hopeful we're going to find some walleye now.
Well, you know, we're at the end of the earth, so you don't have a whole lot of pressure up here.
True.
And
you don't just,
you know, it's a matter of finding where the fish are at right now.
Right.
On this given day.
Yep.
So guess what?
We're going to go find them. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's nobody else here because it is
the end of
near Canada. So here we are, flying Old Glory, you know, to let everybody know, yeah, we're still in America.
That's right.
And,
America, baby.
We're going to catch some walleye. So, all right.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Get on upriver. Here we go.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
Start your outdoor adventure at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
Dragging or bitten? Not fighting?
No fish, good fish.
Really?
Yeah.
I dropped down to the bottom and I felt a tick and I started reeling up because You ready?
First walleye? Hey, there we go. Oh, that's a good size right there. Yeah, we want about 71 more of those. Attaboy, Bobby Loomis. You can catch a fish, little buddy. Huh?
Look at that, boys. Huh?
That's a good one.
What do you think?
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done. If we can maintain this right here,
yes,
we can fish. Oh, bottom.
There's a fish.
There we go.
Rich. Here.
I'm getting this out of your way. This is garbage. Just get them, Bobby. We're good.
Rich, you know what it's doing? They're just picking it up. They're not biting.
Watch your arm.
That's
You're getting
bit.
There we go. That's a triple? Were you getting bit here?
I think
too?
he's on there.
He is on there. Yep. It's all about boat control. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Bobby, you close?
30 feet.
Okay. There he is. Here you go. Bring him this way. Oh, what's the motor? There's one.
All right.
How's Richy? Field line. Yep. Peel some line off of that, Bobby, as we come up. Okay. There we go. Coming in, boys. All right, you guys take this, and I'm gonna take the boat. All right, now we're doing it.
Hey, mark that spot. I mean, we just hit 2 fish right in a row.
1.5 on the speed, but that's just wind push. And I got to kick us out because we're gonna. How many lines we got out right now? 'Cause I'm
1.
moving. I got to move.
Okay.
I got the 60 at least. Give us a little buffer to the shoreline.
Rich, you want me to get it? My finger's already chewed. Hang on just a second. Let me. Okay, I'll get it. Put your motor in reverse.
You get him? Nice.
Got him? Good.
I was trying to get back out to our 60 water, Bobby, so
Okay.
reverse wasn't good.
No, you're good. You're good.
We'll get there. Oh, hello, wind. Thank you. Making it extra special. There we go.
Sorry about that, Jordan. Jesus. There's another fish there.
Oh. Here, Bobby, you take care of that.
Okay, you got that. I'll get rid of this real quick.
You know, we can bang 5 per pass.
Dang right, that's good.
We only got to make like 5 passes. Or, I mean, 12 passes. We'll be good.
See that thing hit?
Yeah.
Rip it pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
He was eating it. Okay, there you go.
Outstanding. I like it. Yeah. Too fast now?
Too fast.
Okay.
Good. Excellent.
Another fish.
Yeah.
Piece of
Fish. Piece of fish.
Missing a fish really pisses me off. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So you know what? You gotta bait them into biting again. This one's on too.
There a fish on there?
Yeah, there was.
Looked like it for a second.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice one there. That's a big fish.
There we go. That's a good one. Good job. I think that's
Nice.
fish on. What it looks like.
On the outside?
Yeah. Look at how loaded up it is.
Yeah, it's probably
It's
dragging.
got a fish on.
I think
Dragging it.
Yeah.
Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Let's get bit here. I honestly thought we'd run up this time and that wind would be far less, and it's actually more this drag. Oh, here comes a pile down near the bottom. We should be getting bit. 60 feet, 1.4. Line angle's good. Wind sucked.
There's a fish.
There's a fish. Quite possibly next pass we only come up to just above this, because I had marked this last time, but we had hooked a couple above it, but we really got into them down here.
Decent one, yeah. Where do you want it? Over there or over here? Okay, we can do that. Nice job.
Get him? Nice. Number 9.
Got him.
Yeah?
See how that works?
Mm-hmm. It's called a walleye hook drag.
Right.
It's a sweep.
Give him a little more.
Gotta sweep them, right, Richie?
That's right.
Gotta sweep them.
Another, like, same size kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Good eater, though.
Didn't seem like it first, but now.
Well, it could be a ding. Richie's not a very strong man, so this could be a. Could be a.
Oh no, he's just.
Huh?
He's just feisty.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
You're getting hammered back there. Here, drop. Oh. Gotta let line off of this here. Take pressure off that rod.
Holy cow, that thing was hammering it.
Oh, it's this stupid AI.
Uh-huh. Could you tell me a little more about?
Can you tell me a little bit more about green sparkle?
Oh boy.
Oh, this one's not green sparkle.
This one's green sparkle, and in it.
UV glow. Okay. That's what I've been using, is that one on this rod. The other rod had green sparkle on there.
This is 12. And that's 13. Oh my
What's
God.
the issue, Dwayne? What's the issue?
This wind that's pushing us downriver. Current's one thing, but this wind, and of course, you know, it's not a flat, open boat, so it's a little tougher to manage, but we're doing it. It's just frustrating because these big gusts come up and grab this boat and just shove you right towards the beach. And ideally, we're marking fish and we're getting bit if I can maintain a trajectory of downriver 1.3 to 1.4. That's current speed and wind combined. Using the motor in reverse and trying to maintain in a depth of 60 feet. If I'm out here in 70, we're not getting bit. If I get shoved in there to 45, we're not getting bit. So it's a fine line of where these fish want to be. When the wind dies down, it's pretty easy just to stay in that lane, and we're getting bit pretty consistently. But when these big gusts come up and it's pushing me back and forth and I have to perpendicular the boat to go back out to find depth, turn around, come back in, we're not fishing efficiently, and I'm getting frustrated. So.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, there you go. I hate to say it, that's one guy at work that's having more fun than us. Are you kidding me? That is so awesome.
They told us to fish by the white buoy line here at Kettle or somewhere else.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and, you know, big part of my success.
Yeah.
That was all right, wasn't it?
Well, what do you think?
That was fun.
Huh?
That was really fun.
We did good.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
That's an impressive day right there.
It was.
Yeah.
Start off a little slow.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to find the fish.
Well, you got to find the fish.
Start off with a little kind of some dirty water.
Yeah.
Definitely dirty water.
Definitely dirty water. Lots of debris.
Yeah.
Afloat.
Doesn't really work well.
But we tried to work that line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And, and for good reason. It usually pays off.
It usually does.
But not today.
We weren't finding any fish on the screen.
No.
They just weren't there. We did upriver troll, downriver troll. Finally, made a phone call, get a little intel. Okay, let's go check out this spot.
Yeah.
Went up around the bend upriver. Now the wind was on us the entire time.
Yeah.
That might be
And typically when I fished walleye with you guys in the past, we're always very keen on, and even with a bigger boat like this, if you're able to get down to say 0.8, 1 mile per hour,
sure,
you're in the zone, you're in the game.
Yeah.
We're going downriver with current, we're going downriver with wind push. And Richy, because at a certain point you took over running the boat for a number of runs, and you realized that wind's cutting across at about a 45-degree angle, wanted to shove us in that opposing bank.
Yep.
And we knew lap after lap. Now, first of all, credit to you guys, we hooked and landed fish every pass.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We did not have a pass where we got blanked.
No.
Okay.
Good.
Even with the wind. And so we figured out where we needed to be with the boat. And it's a series of forward and reverses, backing into the wind, fighting against the current, fighting against the push, Okay, mind the gear. We're turning hard right to get back out. What do we want? 60 foot of depth.
Yeah.
1.3 to 1.4 downriver troll.
Yeah.
Which is the key with walleye.
Yeah.
You want boat control and on the same line where the biting fish are. If
Yeah.
you can do that, if you can repeat it, you're going to catch fish.
Yeah, and you saw that. I mean,
Well,
we got out too far.
70 foot of water.
And didn't touch any fish. We got in too close.
Yeah.
In 40 feet of water,
Nothing.
can't do it. 60 feet of water,
That's their happy place.
it's their happy place.
Today.
People are going to say, where were you guys? What'd you do?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Kind of does, but if you're going to come here 3 weeks, a month from now,
Yeah.
first of all,
it'll
the
change.
reservoir is going to be up.
Yep.
They're going to, they're going to start getting ready for snow melt, so this thing's going to rise.
Yeah.
Fish can be totally scattered in a different location.
Right.
Absolutely.
Whatever is holding them there today doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We were glad they were there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Once you
Absolutely.
find biting fish, just stay on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
And that .08 smile blade, what is it? The speckle green? Or
The green sparkle.
the green sparkle.
Green sparkle and the glow UV.
Glow UV
Yeah.
were the hot tickets today, and you got 1 or 2 fish on that
On the
soft
plastics,
plastic
yeah.
too,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Because if you have an infected finger
Yeah.
and you're digging in the worm dirt,
Yeah.
see these right here?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
not
Look,
for
these,
everyone.
Yeah.
this old rusty pair of pliers looks better than that finger.
Yes, it does.
and will outlast that finger, I guarantee it. So
No kidding.
anyway, it was an enjoyable day.
Yes,
Yeah, it was.
I really had a good time.
Yeah, it was a great day.
So always nice to like crack the code, figure it out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And once you do, you just got to stay on them. So fantastic. Can't wait to watch Richy fillet all these up,
We
Bobby.
got a little bit of work now.
You think?
Somebody
Hey,
forgot
what?
their fillet knife.
Hey,
Yeah, can't get to them. Can't reach them. Well, we got to get on the road. 2.5
Yep.
hours back to your place, and we're going to get these all filleted up, and we're all taking home a nice bag of
You bet.
amazing
Absolutely.
fish, quality fish. So,
Yep.
all right, fantastic. Great day, gentlemen. We're going to jump out for a quick break. Back in studio right after this.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
we got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
All right, welcome back to the program. We are here in the Bait Lab. Bait Lab presentations brought to you by Mack's Lure. And pretty much everything here on the table today, with the exception of the fishing rod, can be found at maxlure.com. So check them out. I want to talk to you a little bit about rigging and what exactly we were using there at Kettle Falls to find so much success on the walleye. Now, it's all about time of year. And this early season, up, a few weeks ago, and even up till now, moving forward, it's going to change. So small profile is what was very successful for us on that day near Kettle Falls. As the season progresses, as we get deeper into spring, the small fry fish, the hatch that had just been taking place or happening with walleye and perch and other species, very small bait fish swimming around the water in large schools, and this is what they're predominantly feeding on now. Those fish are going to start growing as we get deeper into spring and into summer, so your profile presentation will want to also increase. The old adage of match the hatch. Before I get to the table and the size of gear, quickly about fishing rods. So obviously with Lamglass, started fishing a number of different rods. Now this is the XCC Quick Series by Lamglass. It's a blend rod, so to speak. It's a fiberglass composite with graphite. It's a blend of fiberglass and graphite. And the nice thing about this rod, it's a 7'9", essentially 8 foot one piece, 8 to 17 pound test. And for walleye, for me, that's ideal. We have a real forgiving tip section, really indicates when you're getting a bite versus the lead dragging. So there's the indicator on that. It's very forgiving and parabolic, but it also has additional strength in the butt section for that sweeping hook set. Now you can get this same rod in a 6 to 12. Might be a little bit light for walleye in your hook sets. I like the 8 to 17. This is also an ideal plug rod that I can use for winter on steelhead and of course salmon, but it makes an ideal walleye rod. So if you're looking for a rod to use in more than just one fishery, check out the Quick Series by Lamglass. Again, this is the 8 to 17, which I would recommend in a 7'9", close to 8 foot there. So looking at the table, we got a number of different items here going to the tabletop. So we're talking about small presentation, and these 0.8 smile blades, this speckle green, even the 1.5 here that you see in you might call that a moon jelly. It's a UV glow, okay, from Mack's Lure. We have the green or copper glow. All of these we're producing. The tapered bead by Mack's Lure is ideal for making these small profile bodied bead and small blade lures, okay? So you can see we got a number of these. We have combination here, greens, chartreuses, and orange. This glow stacker bead with green. The combination of, excuse me, oranges and greens, a little bit of glow, some flash, green speckle, it all kind of emulates or mimics small perch and small fish with those contrasting colors in them, you know, these small bait fish. So that's what we're really trying to, you know, replicate out there in the water, is what they're actively feeding on, and which bead and small blade combos really replicate that. So back to the table here. Now, as I said, as the season progresses, we're going to move out of a number of these smaller lures. We want to start looking at some of this bigger body stuff. Max does a great job creating a number of lures that are exactly at the size that you want to see. We got the double whammy. Okay, you have the spin drift. Now, a lot of these are rigged with the slow death hook or the spin drift hook, which is ideal because you want your bait spinning, you want your worm spinning in addition to the small blade spinning. We can go all the way up to the Walleye Pop, which is a pretty big profile. Comes in a number of different colors that all of them trigger bites. Now these chartreuses and green patterns, and as we get later in the season, you know, we're looking at orange, bright orange, and some yellows, got some black in there. Creates a lot of contrast. Also, take note on some of these lures that we are using. Okay, these slow death hooks, all right? The configuration of these in conjunction with your smile blades, some of them have glow added to them, dipped onto the hook. Some of these have gotten worn off. Not sure if you can see exactly, you know, some of that glow that's left on the hook, but that's just an added attraction. And one thing I want to talk about is when we put the worm onto the hook. Now, we're going to feed that night crawler all the way up and around, bring it to the top, like lock it in on the little barbs, the grabbers at the top, so that that worm stays. Roll your worm past the barb of the hook. You want to pinch it off about an inch or two just below the hook. Okay, we're not dragging a full-length night crawler because the short biters will just nip at the tail on the night crawler, and you're not going to get the hook into it. So pinch them back, put them on that slow death hook. Make sure your smile blade's spinning, make sure your hook's spinning. You want a real nice spin on that worm for attractability. Really easy to hook these up. Okay, we're using bottom walkers, and
it's pretty simple. These things are made with a connection point here, and at the swivel end is where you hook your leader to, okay? So just off of my dual lock on my main line, I'm simply snapping that in there. This is a 2-ounce bottom walker, okay? And now on here, and I like to put swivels on all my rigs, we're just going to attach this to the swivel, just like that. So now that is secure to my bottom walker. It's on my main line. The wire drags the bottom, the weight gets you down, and it goes out to my 4 or 5 foot leader. And that's typically what we run. We run about a 4 or 5 foot leader to your presentation. Put the worm on there. One thing real quickly, if you cannot get, say, 3-ounce leads, we were using 3 ounces in the river conditions we were fishing. One thing you can do, believe it or not, is simply add a little bit of weight to your 2-ounce bottom walker. Okay, that is an option. That's just a dual lock with a Dave's Tangle Free hung on there on a dual lock, just to add a little extra weight to keep it down. So, you know, if you can find 3 ounces and you need 3 ounces, go with those. If you can only get the 2 ounces and aren't heavy enough to stay down, you can add a Cannonball or a Dave's Tangle Free. Something like that is going to add the extra weight to get you down. I mean, really simple rigs. And again, right now, small profile for the next, few weeks. And then as we get deeper into the season, you want to upsize your profile and maybe experience and go through some color changes. Okay, that'll wrap it up here in the Bait Lab. Jumping out for a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Start your outdoor adventure at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at Sportgo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
Hey guys, the Wayne England Fish Hunt Northwest, and yep, we are back on the water. Kind of looking around, we're on a lake. Something a little different. Now look, I drove 3.5 hours the other morning to go meet up with Toby White and Scott Call. We did some springer fishing and had an absolute blast. Long day. This morning, 3 a.m., heading north. Okay, south the other day, headed north this morning. Came up here to a friend of mine, and this is going to look a little different. This isn't typical Fish Hunt Northwest, but I'm so excited to finally get to do this. Yes, this is a sparkle barge. Yes, we're going after ditch pickles. Doug Saint-Denis, how are you, my friend?
I'm very good. Good morning.
Good to see you. 365 charters, and you also run bass trips through spring and summer.
I do, yeah. In fact, I'll start bass trips in April and go actually all the way through October.
Oh, so you'll just mix that in with your charter fish on Puget Sound?
One day I'm on the lake, next day I'm in Puget Sound.
Fantastic. Well, I grew up bass fishing. But the bass rods have been stowed away for years. I haven't been on a lake bass fishing probably 3-4 years, to be honest. I don't believe I've ever been on an official boat, bass boat that's so decked out with all the modern electronics and everything you got going here. And we'll get into that as we go. But this thing is like decked out. You could, if you have time, you could be out there, tournament fishing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. I have everything I need to do tournaments. More importantly, I have everything I need to get people into bass fishing, educate them, and help them find fish when we're on the water.
So I'm a bait caster guy, but I can also throw spinning rods, and you are equipped with spinning rods, and we got some soft plastics on there. And what's our approach this morning? Look, we got more overcast than I was anticipating.
We do.
A little bit of sprinkle, no big deal. It might dissipate, by afternoon or whatever. But what are we going to start off with this morning here?
So on this lake, because of its size and time of year, these fish are on the beds.
Okay.
So we're going to be fishing spawning fish. Yep. We're not going to hurt them. They're going to be fine. They're going to go right back to the beds. But we're going to use ultralight tackle. And when you're using ultralight tackle, a spinning rod is the best way to go.
For sure. Yeah.
We can use bait casters, but you end up having to lighten that drag and the tension so much that you'll have bird's nest and problems like that. So spinning tackle is the way to go. We're going to be doing a lot of drop shot, but I've got some Texas rigged rods set up, and we're going to throw quite a few different baits. And as we're fishing, I'll explain why we're changing our baits up for the same fish that maybe we've missed a few times.
Gotcha. Well, I'm excited. We got a number of different techniques to cover, and we're going to show you guys all of that. For those that do bass fish, you'll understand the jargon that we're discussing back and forth. And for those that don't and maybe have thought about getting into it, we're going to break it all down for them, Doug, and show them exactly what the difference between a drop shot and a Texas rig and all that stuff is.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited. You ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's do this. Okay, bringing it to you. Here we go. All righty. Yeah, I don't remember last time I was on a boat where I'm so close to the water.
Right, and it'll feel like you're doing 100 miles an hour.
I'm pretty sure it will. Yeah, I'm surprised you're not wearing your NASCAR suit. Most of you guys are all decked out in your NASCAR fire suit and the whole deal, yeah. So, yes, indeed.
This is definitely the type of boat that you wear a kill switch.
Oh, for sure.
Start up in here, but I'm going to come off step way out here so that we don't bust these fish.
Sure.
Because you can bust them and catch them, but it could be an hour or two, so we want to ease up on it.
So if you get them moving out of there, they might take a while to settle back in.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
What's that?
When you are facing forward in a boat going faster than you're used to, it's hard to catch your breath.
True.
I was like, I can't breathe. You're gonna have to stop the boat. I can't breathe. Yeah, this is great.
We're not even gonna really need, technically we don't need electronics. Because we're that shallow.
Is that right?
But I'll use them to find beds.
Sure.
Because they'll pop up.
Okay.
Right? But this,
and is that on a down or side view on your imaging?
Side and, there we go. Side and 360.
Okay.
Is where you'll see them.
Yeah.
We're going to start right up in here just past this buoy.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right, we got
nice and stealthy.
Craw on there. Let's get a creature bait and a lizard. this guy. Chicken, poundtail grubs, tubes. Let's see what we got in here. Ooh. There we go, bearded grub.
Would you have a different color selection on those soft plastics this morning with this cloud cover versus if we had blue sky, full sun?
No.
Pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same.
We're so shallow, so I mean the light penetration is
It's more than you think.
Yeah, but
right?
Yeah, it's not like it's not happening in the shallow water, right? And this lake is pretty darn clear. So, yeah.
Okay, so for fishing these beds, I like creature bait.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got a lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get some on this, but you may not catch a ton,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Does that have some scent to it at all?
This has no scent to it.
Look like it
We're
had.
gonna add it.
Oh, you are? Okay.
It's just a little bit of powder to keep the plastics from sticking together when they're
in the bag together, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like to use is crawfish. All of our lakes in Western Washington, tons of crawfish.
Yep.
I mean, we'll catch them early tournaments when they're in pre-spawn. You put them in the live one, they'll be puking out crawdads.
Yeah.
So we like to use some crawdads.
Crawfish, so like being with potskis for so long, they come out with that fire gel, that crawfish scent, and that is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And I use it for kokanee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just smells so fishy that fish are attracted to it, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, crawfish scent overall, fantastic.
Yeah, for
fantastic.
Sure. Yep.
All right, let's rig one more.
Okay.
On here, I'm probably pushing 22 inches on my dropper.
Okay.
The dropper can be adjusted. So drop shot isn't just for fishing 40 feet of water.
Mm-hmm.
It's also for fishing super shallow. It just depends on how you change the presentation.
Okay.
So this little guy, little bitty 4-inch lizard, which you can't buy in stores. You have to order them online. If you find 4-inch lizards locally, buy them, especially if you like bass fishing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a watermelon seed color.
Okay.
Great colors for Western Washington are going to be my go-to color. Green pumpkin, black flake. Green pumpkin, black flake. Very, very few of our lakes have bluegill. So when you're watching, bass fishing on TV and they're in the south and they're here and they're fishing shad spawn and bluegill spawn, they'll use a lot of purples and blues and blacks and shad colors. So those anglers move up here and they want to go bass fishing.
That stuff doesn't work.
That stuff doesn't work.
Gotcha.
I get those calls all the time.
Yeah.
I grew up bass fishing. I cannot catch a
It's
fish.
not working.
Well, that's why. So understanding our bait, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. We just need to understand our bait. Okay, let's set this on the deck and I'm going to push this over here onto our first bed.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and, you know, big part of my success.
All right, welcome back here in studio as we wind it down. Hopefully you enjoyed that content. I know we had a great time out there on the water bringing it to you. I want to thank good buddies, long-standing good friends, Bobby Loomis and, of course, Richy Harrod. Fishing with those guys is just always a blast, and as you could probably tell, we had a really, really good time. And, of course, Doug Saint-Denis, the little time on the water that we had chasing after those smallmouth. More of that to come. Going to bring you the finalization of that, where we actually, I'm going to show you, we do put some fish in the boat and some pretty good numbers over the course of that morning to early afternoon. Yeah, the weather wasn't ideal for sight fishing. The wind was a little, you know, blowing a bit, surface disturbance on the water, but when you can find those beds and get on them, and as Doug alluded to early in the program, this doesn't hurt those fish. You release them unharmed, they go right back to guarding their bed, and it's just a really nice alternative, both the walleye fishing and the smallmouth. You know, we're always so used to chasing chrome and shiny fish, which we love and we are passionate about, but every once in a while, changing it up, going after walleye because of the table fare. If you've never eaten walleye, you are truly missing out. And of course, smallmouth for the fight, and just the, you know, the light tackle that you're using, the finesse fishing, complete change from some of our heavier rigged troll fisheries that we're so accustomed to. Do yourself a favor, if you have opportunity, book a trip with a guide, go chase some walleye, figure it out, book a trip with Doug. Go play, go have some fun playing with those smallmouth and enjoy the day on the water. So, all right, it's going to do it for us here this week. We'll be back here in studio next week, of course, bringing you more content. Going to be a great week, going to be a great weekend. Get out on the water, get something done. We'll see you next time right here, Fish on Northwest.